Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the next tournament in the History Maker Golf season. We are in Fort Worth, Texas for the Charles Schwab Challenge at Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth. And we're at rounds 1, 2, and 3. So the first two rounds are going to be the morning round and the afternoon round to determine who makes the cut. Ben Griffin won this tournament real world, so I do set him aside for a second. We got our two groups here. There are a total of 123 golfers in this event trying to win the tournament and make the cut. So I split them up into 62 and 61. Actually, 62 and 60. Ben Griffin will go with the afternoon group to make him 61. So I'm going to put the afternoon group to the side. Look at our 62. And we're going to put them in 8 groups of mostly 8. A few groups at the end will have less than 8 because 8 and 8 is 64. So the last 2 groups are only going to have 7 apiece. I will go ahead and reshuffle these, but there should be 62 if I counted them out correctly. So we're just going to put them in groups of 8 or stacks of 8. Rule books always say you can eyeball it, but I prefer to be more exact. It's just how I am. And I don't think it takes that much extra to be exact. So we're going to get a good shuffle going here. And I'm just going to lay out groups of 8 until I run out of cards. And it should be 8 in the first 6 groups with 7 in the last 2 groups if I did my counting correctly. So we shall see if we did or we didn't. But I have a mathematical science degree from college, and my main job for almost 30 years, actually it was 26 years, was in an accounting office. So kind of is in my blood to make sure the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and the debits meet, and credits match to net to zero, and everything, be proportionally in line. It's just the way I'm built. So that's why I go through the extra few seconds to get this all in place. And so there you go. So the first 6 groups have 8 each. Last 2 groups have 7 each. Total of 62 golfers. And we're just going to go through the process that it shows right here on this chart. Making the cut. We're going to roll 2 D6s. If we roll a 14, a 34, or a 66, we will have an outstanding golfer. Otherwise, this whole process is just to see who misses the cut and who makes the cut, who goes to the 3rd round and who doesn't. So we got our 2 D6s right here, ready to go. And we're going to start things off with this first grouping where the green peg is. And we get a 23. 23 says draw 1 golfer, and draw golfer is the guy on top. So we're going to draw 1 golfer and choose top 2 remaining. So 1 golfer, the top guy here on the one on the top of the stack, is going to make the cut no matter what his rating is. And that's Patrick Rogers. He will make the cut. And then we take this grouping, and it says we're going to take the top 2 remaining. So top 2 are going to make it. The other 5 are going to miss the cut. So the top 2 Campbell shouldn't even be there. Well, he is there, but oh well. He's from the Live Tour. He didn't make it. There's some bad golfers in this one. So the top 2 are going to be Chad Ramey and Jackson Suber. They're 4s. But Garnett, Campbell, Eckroat, Ventura, and List missed the cut. That was a pretty bad grouping there, actually. They were not very good at all. So that means there could be some good golfers not making the cut because we had a couple of 4s make the cut. Hello there, Mr. D. Scott. So we get a 22, and a 22 says top 2 golfers only. So no draw golfers, just the top 2 in the stack. And the top 2, we got it. Ryan Gerard's a 3. Echeverry is a 3. Stevens is a 3. He's a 3B. Echeverry is a 3C. So Echeverry misses. Siwoo Kim, Doug Yim, Matt Wallace, Theoborn Olsen, Ricky Castillo, and Echeverry all miss the cut. And Stevens and Gerard make the cut. And I did notice when I was looking at the field for this tournament, because it's right after the U.S. Open, there were probably a lot of top golfers that did not make the trip to this tournament. So there are some names on here that are in the tournament that I'm not familiar with. That I think it might be the first couple of times that they're trying to be in a tournament. So a lot of guys here that I'm not going to know. All right, we move on. 15. 15, we're going to draw 4 golfers and take the top remaining. So the first 4 off the stack are going to make the cut. Number 1 is Van Ruin. Number 2 is Kevin Kistner. He's an 8, and he still made the cut. Stephen Fisk. And the last one is Eric Cole. So those all make the cut. And now it says from here, take the top remaining golfer, top one only. So the top remaining golfer, Cam Young is a 3C, and he's gonna win out. He's a 3C. Quade Cummings, Pearson Cootie, and Andrew Putnam missed the cut. So now we go to this grouping. Just rinse and repeat. 44. 44 is draw 1 golfer, choose top 4 remaining. So we're going to draw the 1 off the top, and that's Harry Hall. He will make it. Now we're taking the top 4 left by ratings. Brian Harmon's a 3. Alex Smalley's a 3. Kitayama's a 3. And Jake Knapp's a 3. So that was pretty easy. These guys are 6s and 7s. So Ryder, Davis, and Woodland missed the cut. Knapp, Kitayama, Harmon, and Smalley make the cut. And our goal was to get down from 123 down to around 70 to 72 would be about perfect. So we'll go to our next grouping. We get a 24. 24, draw 2 golfers, choose top remaining. So we're going to draw 2. That's Harry English and Tom Hogue, and we're going to take the top 2 remaining. Top 2 remaining, Mackenzie Hughes is a 3C, McIntyre is a 2B, and that's it. Those 2 are going to make the cut. McIntyre and Hughes. Missing the cut, Tom Kim, Peter Malnati, Henrik Norlander, and Mark Hubbard. They all missed the cut. Next group. 45. 45 says, draw 1 golfer, choose top 4 remaining. So the draw golfer is Scotty Scheffler. How about that? He makes the cut. And then the top 4 remaining is Zatsun. Let's see who else. Anybody else? Gracerman is a 4, and Lucas Glover is a 2C. We're supposed to be getting 4 golfers. These are top 3. So we needed a 5th one, and we got a tie between Frankie Cappan and Kevin Yu, and we carried all ties ahead. So Jeremy Paul and Aldridge Potgetter do not make the cut. These guys do. So they all make the cut. We're almost done with the morning round. That is a 16. So that says draw 5 golfers, choose top remaining. There's only 7 in this group, so that means everybody but 1 is going to make the cut. So we're going to draw the top 5, and that's Beza Hooten, or however you say his name. Aske Batia, he'll make the cut. Seamus Power will make the cut. Jesper Swenson will make the cut. Will Chandler makes the cut. Now the top guy out of these last 2 remaining, and the top guy remaining is Matty Schmid. He'll make the cut. So missing the cut is Emiliano Grillo. He misses the cut. Final group, and still no outstanding golfers. Final group of the morning is a 45. We just had that, I thought. Draw 1 golfer, choose the top 4 remaining. So Mark Meisner is the draw golfer. Now we need the top 4, and that's Justin Lower, Michael Kim. Boy, we got some bad golfers that are going to make the cut here. We need 4 more. Ben Coles is a 6B. He'll make it. And then Nick Hardy is a 7A will make it. So Adam Swenson and Trey Mullinax don't make it. These 4 do make it. So let's count them up and see how many we have. Ideally, we'd like to have about 35 make the cut. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 36. That's pretty good. We do that twice. We'll have 72, and it'll be perfect. So we got 36 golfers that made the cut for the morning. Now we go to the afternoon round, and these guys that missed the cut will try again next week. So we got our afternoon grouping, and we got Ben Griffin, who won the tournament Real World. So he will be in the afternoon draw, but we're going to just put him right in the middle and shuffle. And once again, we're going to put out our groups of 8. This time we have one less golfer. We have 61. So the first 5 will be 8. The last 3 should be 7. Griffin could be either in the 7 group or the 8 group. It just all depends on the luck of the draw. And again, being a little OCD, if you want to call it that, we're going to not approximate, but put them straight out by the numbers. These top 4 and this one should have 8. The other 3 should have 7 when we're done. Everybody's got 5. Here comes 6. Comes number 7. And here comes number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I had one more than I thought. Okay. So we did have 62 golfers in each one. Apparently I miscounted. It must have been 123 plus Ben Griffin. So that worked out perfectly. 8 in the first 6 groups and 7 in the final 2 groups. And we're just going to do the same thing we did in the morning group. Roll our dice. We had no outstanding golfers from the morning group. We'll see if we get any outstanding golfers in the afternoon group. We get a 13. A 13 is draw 2 golfers, top golfer remaining. So the draw 2, we're going to have Taylor Dixon and Carl Phillips. And then it says after that, take the top remaining. So there could be some good golfers that don't make the cut here. Who was a good golfer out of this group? Anybody. Chris Goddard's a 3. See that? Oh, Maverick McNeely will make the cut. So Goddard does not make the cut. McNeely does. Higgs, Salinda, Mitchell, Sig, and Goddard do not make the cut. We get a 34. And we finally get an outstanding golfer. So we're going to draw one golfer. This top golfer is the outstanding golfer, or one of the outstanding golfers, and it's Chan Kim. Never heard of him. I heard of Michael Kim, but not Chan Kim. But he is the outstanding golfer. And now it says choose top 3 remaining. So by rating, top 3. Top 3 are going to be Andrew Novak, Jordan Spieth. Oh, actually, Spieth's not going to make it, because we're going to have J.J. Spahn and Matsuyama. They're going to make it. So some good guys aren't going to make the cut. Bo Hostler, Davis Riley, Max McGreevy, and Jordan Spieth all missed the cut. Novak, Matsuyama, and Spahn make the cut. Just the luck of the draw. That's all it is. We get a 34. Same thing we just did. So we have another outstanding golfer, and that's going to be Daniel Berger. So we're going to have 2 outstanding golfers now. Berger and Kim. And again, we're going to take the top 3 remaining. Hodges is a 3. Griffin's the guy who won the tournament Real World's a 3. So they're going to make the cut. Now we need one more guy to make the cut. And it looks like 5B, Joe Highsmith is going to make it. Danny Walker, Davis Ford, Brent Snedeker. Oh, wait a minute. Snedeker is a 4C. I almost missed him. He makes the cut. The 5s don't make the cut. Highsmith, Walker, Ford, and Silverman do not make the cut. And now we go to the next grouping, 66. That'll be an outstanding golfer. And in fact, it says draw an outstanding golfer, and that's it. Nobody else is going to make the cut. So the outstanding golfer is Chris Kirk. And all these guys are going to miss the cut. Charlie Hoffman and Alejandro Tosti, Ricky Hoey, Hayden Buckley, Patrick Fishburne, Camilo Villegas, and Takumi Kanaya all missed the cut. So now we have 3 outstanding golfers. And here another, we just roll the same thing again. Outstanding golfer, and everybody else misses the cut. Outstanding Ricky Fowler is the outstanding golfer. We're going to have 4 outstanding. I've never had that many outstanding golfers before. They're all in the afternoon group, 4 of them. And all these guys, unfortunately, going to miss the cut. Danny Willett, Sammy Valimaki, Taylor Moore, David Lipsky, Will Gordon, Dylan Wu, and Joel Dahman. Never heard of most of those, so not much of a big loss there. But let's roll something besides a 66, why don't we? Well, 46. How about that? 46. Draw one golfer, choose top 4 remaining. So the draw golfer is Rafael Campos, and now we need the top 4. Top 4, Kevin Roy, William, however you say his name, Jonathan Vegas. They're the 5s. And now 6As, we got a tie at 6A. Victor Perez and Hayden Springer will tie. You carry all ties. Lashley and Kaziri do not make it. These 4 do. Unless we get a lot more golfers here, we're going to be short on making our 70 because we've got very few golfers there. All right, next to last grouping, 15. 15, draw 4 golfers, top remaining. So the top 4, or draw 4, is Bridgman, Lonto Griffin, not to be confused with Ben Griffin, Joseph Bramlett, and Aaron Rye, the guy with 2 gloves. And now it says take top golfer remaining. So top golfer remaining is going to be Matt Kuchar. He's a 2C. He's not a 5C till the 3rd round. So Kuchar makes it. Bud Cauley and Adam Schenk do not. So now final grouping in the 1st round, we get 25. And 25 says draw 3 golfers and choose top 2 remaining. So the first 3, Chandler Phillips, Vince Whaley, and Davis Thompson. And then it says take the top 2 remaining of the bunch. Well, Tommy Fleetwood's a 1C, so he's definitely going to make it. And Michael Thorbjornsen is a 3A. He'll make it. Matt McCarty and JT Poston do not. So now you have the players that made the cut and the players that did not make the cut. Let's count them up. We had 36 from the morning group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 25 and 29. 4 is a 29. So we only got 29 here. So we're going to need some more golfers because we don't have 70. We're supposed to at least at a minimum have 70. And right now it looks like we have 65, if I counted that correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, so we're going to need some more golfers. Obviously, we got 25, 29 here, and 36. That's only 65 golf. We need 5 more golfers. So the best way I know to do it, D. Scott, I'm not sure how you would do this, but to me, the fair thing is to take the best rated golfers remaining, the five top guys by their rating. So maybe guys that got shorted out of a chance to make the cut can come back and make the cut. So that's the way I usually like to do it. So I'm looking for the top rated golfers. I'm going to try anybody 3 or less, or 3 or better. 1, 2, or 3s. That's all I'm looking for right now. 1, 2, and 3s. May not have that many, but we're going to look for them anyway. Need 5. There's 2 of them. There's 3 of them. 4 of them. Maybe we'll get it. Oh, he's a 2. So that's the 5 right there. Let's see if anybody else qualifies. Fishburne's a 3C. If we get ties, they'll go along as well. So there we go. So we got these guys. We need 5 of these guys. Well, Hoey's definitely is a 2, so he's definitely out front. Jordan Spieth's a 3A. He's out front. 3 Bs. We got those guys. So there's your 5 right there. So that means Fishburne, McGreevy, and Echeverria do not make the cut. So we got our 5 that we needed right here to give us a total of, let's see, that's 25 and 5 makes 30, 34. And then the 36 from the first group, we got our 70. So we got our 70 now. We got the morning group, the afternoon group, and we got our outstanding group. So now we're going to take all of these and put them together. and keep these 4 outstanding golfers separate because they get their own group. And now we set up for round number 3. And we set up the board this way for round number 3. And basically anybody under B minus, anything C or D, we're not really concerned about. It's just, that's more for points than anything else, but only the B's. I'm not even sure if B minus has a chance to be announced. Let's see here. Yeah, just basically just the B's and B pluses. From B minus back, we're not really worried about it too much. So these guys are outstanding. I'm going to go ahead and mix them up a little bit. They're going to be their own group, their own 8th group. The other 7 groups, we'll take the other cards and do them by 7. And we should have, if there's 4 here, should be about 65, 66 of these, doing in 7 groups. So it's going to be groups of 9. And then the first couple groups might have 10. So I'm going to shuffle them up and start counting them out into 7 groups. And they'll just fall where they may. So we're going to count out 7 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And we're just going to fill it up until we run out. And this 8th group is a standalone for the outstanding. And D. Scott, if you see me doing something that's not correct by the rules, let me know, because I'm not perfect at this game by any means. Whoops. Now I really got messed up here. Dropping the cards and everything. All right, so that's the 7 groups, and this outstanding group I'm going to put to the side up here, and we'll do them last. These are the 7, and we need to clear space, so we're going to need space for those A's and B's to be there. And now we will use the decider die because we don't carry ties forward. Ties have to be broken by the decider die. So if it gets to a case where there's 2 guys to choose from to be A minus or something, and they're tied, then we'll use the decider die to have a roll off. And I finally remembered to bring it with me. I also have pegs for the guys that are going to roll for perks and issues, so I can mark them as well. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. And now we're over here. We did the first 2 rounds. Now we're on the 3rd round. And anytime you see one of those little symbols like that, that means they're going to roll for a perk or issue after everything is all said and done. So basically the same type thing. We're going to roll the 2d6s and see what the chart tells us to do. That's a 24. 24, top golfer contends, and they get a perk. You see that little symbol there. So top golfer contends and gets a perk. So we're going to take the top golfer out of this group. They're going to contend with the perk, and they will be an A. Top golfer contends with an A. Well, Tommy Fleetwood's a 1C. He might be the top golfer right there. Let's see if anyone can beat him out. Probably not. Cam Young is a 1C in the 3rd round. So actually, we're going to have a roll off here because you can't have 2 of them. So the other golfers. Let's see. Other golfers finish with C+. That's Jackson, Suber, Balamaki, Hawley, Hughes, Kuchar, Gerard, Bezahooten, and Schmitty all finished with C+. But we're going to have a roll-off between Cam Young and Fleetwood. Fleetwood is a 1C, and Cam Young's a 3C. But in the 3rd, there's an asterisk by his name. And in the 3rd round, he is also a 1C. So to me, they're treated equally. So we're going to have a decider die roll off and see who is going to get this A rating with a perk or issue. Start with Cam Young. He doesn't get the dot. So if Tommy Fleetwood gets the dot, he will get that position. And he does. So Tommy Fleetwood will get that position and get a perk. Cam Young will go back into the C+ grouping and have to try another time. Next group, we get a 45. 45 says draw golfer contends with A-, and they also get a perk. They also get a perk. This does not say top golfer. It said draw golfer, correct? Yeah, draw golfer contends with A-. So wherever we draw off here is going to contend with an A- and roll for a perk or issue. And it's going to be a guy I never heard of before, Mac Meisner. Never heard of him. But that's what he's going to do there. And now let's see, 45. Top golfer contends with A. So a top golfer out of the group will contend with an A. JJ Spawn's a 2A. He's looking pretty good right now unless somebody can beat him out. McIntyre's a 2B. He's not going to make it. So, yep, it'll be JJ Spawn. He will contend with an A. And let's see here. Then it says others finished D+. Boy, that's bad. So Ramey, Springer, Goddard, McIntyre, Griffin, English, Cole, and Capon all finish with a D+. Not very good, as you might expect. And now that's going to bring up the next grouping. 23. 23 says draw golfer contends with A. Everybody else is a B+, no perks or issues. So draw golfer will go right here as an A contender, and that is Will Chandler. I haven't heard much out of him either. Everybody else is going to be B+, so they could be emerging contenders, or if we don't get 12 here, we'll pull them out of this grouping as well. And that's Matsuyama, Rogers, Vegas, Campos, Hogue, Bridgman, Smalley, Fisk, and Grazerman. So Bridgman, a 2C, he might very well get picked to fill this group if we don't have enough guys. All right, now, next grouping. And that is a 12. 12, top golfer contends with A+. So the top golfer is going to get the prime position here. Top golfer of this group. Novak's a 2B. Can anybody beat him out? No, they cannot. So Andrew Novak's a 2B. There's no perk for this, but he just gets to be in the top position. Everybody else finishes with B-, so they will be out of contention. Lower, Moo, Snedeker, Van Ruin, Roy, Harmon, Kisner, and Hizatsune are B-, and they are pretty much done. Go to the next grouping. We get a 56. 56. Draw golfer contends with A-. So the draw golfer will go right here. No perk or anything. No issues. Lucas Glover. And it says all remaining golfers finish with D. So Maverick McNeely, Michael Kim, Victor Perez, Ben Griffin, the guy who won the tournament Real World, will finish with a D. Just the luck of the draw. What else can you say? It's the luck of the draw. And he just goes by the wayside. Next grouping, 13. 13 says draw golfer contends with A+. So we'll get a tie with Novak. Plus he's going to roll for a perk or issue. And that is, did we say the draw golfer? Yes, draw golfer. Whoever's on top. And that is Scotty Scheffler. So Scheffler will roll. He'll be tied for Novak with the lead, and he'll roll for a perk or issue. And top golfer contends with A-. So top golfer will go here. Top golfer remaining. Hoey is a 2C. And he's going to be the top. So Hoey is going to be a 2C. Or he'll be an A- rather. And everybody else finishes with a C+. So Phillips, Hardy, Hodges, Whaley, Bramlett, Kitayama, and Power finish with C+. Now the final group before the outstanding group, we get a 55. 55. All golfers contend with B. Wow, that's pretty bad. Everybody's going to contend with the B. So Sam Stevens, Ben Coles, Jordan Spieth, Kevin Yu, Chandler Phillips, Bjornsson, Harry Hall, Batia, and Dixon all contend with B. And we're supposed to have 12 golfers here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8. We're supposed to have, we need 4 more golfers. 4 more golfers to complete the round. I guess if you wanted to do it a certain way, you could take the four outstanding golfers and put them in there, but I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be done. I'm actually going to go to the rule book here because I want to make sure I get my outstanding golfers done correctly. I think it's the only perk they really get is the fact that they're in their own group and don't have to fight out the other 8 or 9 guys. But I believe you just go through the same process, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Okay. I think that's what we just do. We just roll here and go through the same process. And we get a 15. So let's look and see what that shows. 15 is draw golfer contends with an A. So the draw golfer will be here and he rolls for a perk. So whoever the draw golfer is will do that. And that is Daniel Berger. So he will contend with an A. And then it says top golfer contends with A minus. So top golfer, Ricky Fowler, is a 3C. He will contend with an A minus. Chris Kirk and Chan Kim finished with C minus. So they had a good first and second round, but a terrible third round apparently. And D. Scott again. I hope I'm doing this correctly. So we're supposed to have 12. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need 2 more golfers. So I'm going to go to the B plus and take the top 2 rated golfers available and fill in the group and make them a B plus, and they will automatically be 6 shots behind the leaders. So we got Bridgman's a 2C. Smalley is a 3C. Matsuyama's a 2C, but he's a 5C in the third round. So that kicks him out. And I think that, and a 3C also for Hogue. So we're going to have a roll-off between Smalley and Hogue for that coveted 12th position. Although it's not very good. You'll be 6 strokes back and 1 bogey, and you're pretty much off the board at that point. So we're going to roll the decide or die. This is for Hogue. He's got it. So if Smalley wants to stay in contention, he's got to get the dot. And he does not. So Hogue is that final golfer. Smalley could be an emerging contender later, so we'll keep him in mind, along with the Bs. The Bs and the B pluses stick around for emerging contending possibilities. And these other guys will be just for their points. They're just going to be in there to get their points. The B minuses will get 10 points. The C pluses will get 7 points. C minuses will get 4 points. D pluses get 3 points. Ds get 2 points. And the ones that miss the cut get 0. So we take them all out of the way. And we focus on what we have. And we've got 4 guys to roll for perks. So we flip the card over, and we're going to roll for perks and issues for these 4 golfers. We're going to start with Scotty Scheffler, since he's the first one on the leaderboard. This time we're going to read the black die as the 10s, the white die as the 1s, rather than reading it front to back, or low to high, I mean. And we get a 42, 4 and a 2. 4 and a 2 says gain storm equality. And there's a question mark there, which means we could get it till further notice with a dot. No dot. So just for this particular tournament, Scheffler will be stormy. He's going to be in the lead, but he'll be stormy. Now, if we look at the leaderboard, Ben Griffin shot a 268 real world, so that's what we're going to use for our final scores. But we're going to note that Scheffler is stormy. So I'm going to keep this thing on here for Scheffler to note that he's stormy. Next, we go to Mick Fleetwood. And I keep wanting to call him Mick Fleetwood from Fleetwood Mac, and it's really Tommy Fleetwood. I don't know why I keep calling him Nick Fleetwood, although I do like Fleetwood Mac very much. All right, so here is Tommy Fleetwood, and we get a 15, 1-5. 1-5 says gains extra control. All right, so he's going to gain extra control, which means on any 4 Even if the course says it dictates with 4, anytime he rolls a white die 4, he gets control. So Fleetwood will have control. And actually, we can fill in our final threesome. We know Scheffler, Novak, and Fleetwood are going to be in the final threesome. So it's Novak, Scheffler, and Fleetwood in the final threesome. And so Fleetwood gains extra control, and Scheffler is stormy. So we can mark those on the score sheet. And now we roll for Daniel Berger. 4-2. 4-2 for Daniel Berger. He's going to gain the stormy quality. And this could also be for till further notice because of the question mark. But it's not. It's just going to be for this one particular thing. So Berger is stormy. So we know the second to last group is going to be J.J. Spahn, Will Chandler, and Daniel Berger. And Berger will be stormy as well. That only comes into play if you're rolling the mood chart. But he's going to be stormy. And now the last guy to check is going to be Mac Meisner. I never heard of him, but we're going to check him out. 2 and a 5, 25, gains lucky quality. It means he's always going to have a blue chip. Meisner will always have a blue chip. So we write him down as being lucky. Meisner. He'll be in the threesome with Glover and Hoey. And the first group out will be Fowler with Bridgman and Hogue. All right, so now we need to get what the scores are going to be. And we do that from looking at Ben Griffin's 268. That's the model we're going off of, 268. So we look up on the chart here, 268 is this column right here. And got two numbers, one with a dot, one without. So the A-plus guys, Scheffler and Novak, are either going to be 201 or 202, depending on if they get a dot or not. So Novak, is he 201 or 202? He's a 201. Is Scheffler 201 or 202? He is 201. So they're both going to be at 201. They're going to be tied for the lead at 201. So by default, these two guys are going to be 207 because you can't be more than 6 shots back. So Novak and Scheffler are tied for the lead at 201. Now we go to our A grouping. And with the 268, A is either 203 or 204, depending on the dot. For Fleetwood, Fleetwood is a 203, 2 shots back. For Fleetwood. And I need to fix this real quick. Score sheet. Come on. Get this fixed up here. Okay. All right, so Fleetwood is a 203. What about J.J. Spahn? He's also a 203, so they will be tied for, I guess, technically third. Both at 203, 2 shots back. What about Chandler? He will be a 204. What about Berger? He's also a 204. So both of them are 204s, 3 shots back. That is Chandler and Berger. They are tied for 5th. Now we go to our A- grouping. And under A- and a 268, A- is either going to be a 205 or a 206. So Meisner, 205 or 206. That's 206 for Meisner. Glover, 205. So Glover is a 205. He is 4 shots back. And then we have Hoey. He's 206. And Fowler. Fowler's a 205. So we've got Meisner and Hoey are going to be 206. And that leaves the final two guys at 207. That's Bridgman and Hogue. And Hogue. Here, 6 shots back. So let's see, tied for 6th, or actually tied for 7th would be Glover and Fowler. Tied for 9th is Meisner and Hoey, and tied for 11th is Bridgman and Hogue. All right, so now that's been squared away. Now we can put these guys where they're supposed to be. Only one guy is going to have a blue chip to start out, and that's the lucky fellow. And that would happen to be Mr. Meisner. So we're going to, before we start the 4th round, this is the way we will set the board up. Novak and Scheffler will be the co-leaders. 2 shots back, we're going to have Fleetwood and J.J. Spahn. 3 shots back is going to be Will Chandler and Daniel Berger. 4 shots back is going to be Glover and Ricky Fowler. So Glover and Ricky Fowler are 4 shots back. 5 shots back, Meisner, who will have a blue chip because he's lucky, and Hoey. And then the last grouping, Bridgman and Hogue, will be 6 shots back. So let's move this over here so we can see what the board looks like. This is what the board will look like when the 4th round commences. And I will play the front 9 of the fourth round offline. And then we'll come back on Saturday, most likely, and finish the tournament. Probably Saturday afternoon, around 3 o'clock or so. Saturday afternoon, we'll finish this tournament. But we've got our 12, and interesting, each grouping has 2. That's the way it starts out. Meisner with a chip. Nobody else has a chip. But if you want to track who's stormy, Scotty Scheffler is stormy, and Daniel Berger is stormy. And Fleetwood has the extra control. So we're going to note that and I got it noted on the score sheet. So that's what we have. There are your top 12 right there. Novak, Scheffler tied for the lead. Fleetwood, Spahn 2 back. Chandler and Berger 3 back. Glover, Fowler 4 back. Meisner, Hoey 5 back. Bridgman and Hogue 6 back. And that's the way we set it up for the first 3 rounds. Like I said, round 4, I'll do that live probably Saturday around 3 in the afternoon. But I'm going to play the front 9 offline. So when we come back for the final round, as far as being on video or on stream, we're going to start it off. When we start it off, the leaders will be on the first group, the last group will be starting their 10th hole. Everybody else will be starting their 13th, 12th, 11th holes. And then we get to 15. That's when we look for emerging contenders. So that's what we got right there. There is your final 12. And, of course, the B pluses who are over here, all the B pluses, they have an outside chance of being an emerging contender, the B pluses or the Bs, depending on what shows up. B pluses and Bs have a chance to be emerging contenders. So we'll keep an eye on them, keep them around, not let them stray off. They will be right here where I can keep an eye on them. All right, so that's it. It doesn't take that long to go through the first 3 rounds. The longest is actually playing the game, obviously, which is why trying to play a full 18 holes for 12 golfers is not really a I mean, you're talking about a 2 or 3 hour process, and that's just not good for YouTube purposes. So I think the sweet spot was playing the front 9 offline and then picking it up in the back 9. Hello, Rob. Yes, Chandler. I've never heard of him before. I have to do some Googling on Will Chandler. I don't think I've ever heard of the guy. And I follow golf remotely closely, but Will Chandler is not a name that sticks out to me. But he and Meisner are both with 6s, and they're in this thing. So just the way it is. Luck of the draw, as they say. I mean, there's some good golfers with 3s and 4s that aren't in here. So that's the luck of the dice. If we just took the top golfers all the time, then it'd be kind of pointless because you get the same guys all the time. But anyway, that's what we got going into that final round. So that's going to do it from here. You can check back on Saturday afternoon for the final back 9 of the final round of the Charles Schwab Challenge at Colonial Country Club in Fort Worth, Texas. That's where we'll be coming to you. Yes, that's exactly correct, D. Scott. That's why we do that. Yep. It's simulating the TV coverage. Absolutely. So Colonial Country Club, Charles Schwab Challenge. It is a par 70, not a 72. So the par is 280. So Ben Griffin, when he did this, was 12 under. So right now, if you're looking at the golfers that are Novak and Scheffler, they're 9 under at this point because 210 would be the par. So all these guys are under par. They're 3 under. He's 9. Novak and Scheffler are 9 under, if you want to put it in context. So that's going to do it from here. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of History Maker Golf for the first 3 rounds of at least how I think I followed the rules pretty straightforward. There is some question about when I added the B+ golfers. Do you go through a random draw or do you take the top guys? I usually take the top guys. I guess you could personalize it to do it how you wish. But anyway, that's it from here. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and we'll see you all down the road.